Political realignments occur when the minority political party becomes stronger than the majority through an election. The period of time the party holds the majority is called a political era. The first of these political eras was the Federalist era, started when John Adams was elected president in 1796. Unfortunately, the Federalist Party crumbled when John Adams failed to get re-elected in 1800. By 1820, the Federalist Party died out and the era was over. Andrew Jackson's victory in 1828 marked the start of the Jacksonian era. Jackson was able to build a strong, loyal support base through face-to-face campaigning. Nearly 40 years later, Abraham Lincoln was elected in the critical election of 1860. His presidency began the new Republican era. After the Civil War, the Republican Party gained support from industrialists, businesses, farmers, and former slaves. Such a large and diverse group of supporters allowed the Republican Party to dominate the presidency and Congress for almost 60 years. But the Republicans' 60-year reign did not go uninterrupted. Grover Cleveland was elected twice as a Democrat in 1884 and again in 1892. But his presidency did not affect the Republicans' control of policy. Republican stronghold ended in 1932 when Democrat Franklin Roosevelt captivated American audiences with his New Deal plans. Herbert Hoover's previous economic policies did not impress the American public during the Great Depression. Democratic dominance, interrupted briefly in 1952 by Dwight D. Eisenhower, continued through the presidency of John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson. With Democratic control of the White House and the Senate and Republican control of the House, the United States is currently in a state of divided government. As always, a divided government reflects a divided people. Waning allegiances over the past 50 years have caused the rise of third parties. While none of these third-party candidates have won a presidential election, chances of their victories increase as more and more Americans claim to be independents rather than Democrats or Republicans.